आपका दोस्त और होस्ट सुनील शर्मा आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं महासेवा की तरफ से और एमएनएस मीडिया न्यूज की तरफ से। दोस्तों, आप तमाम जो यूट्यूब पर लाइव देख रहे हैं और साथ ही हमारे जो वेबएक्स पर वेबएक्स प्लेटफॉर्म पर तमाम जो हमारे भारत से और कैलिफोर्निया से जो तमाम पार्टिसिपेट जुड़े हैं उनका भी मैं स्वागत करता हूं। और महासेवा और एमएनएस मीडिया न्यूज सर्विस की तरफ से दोस्तों, और आज के इस वेबिनार की शुरुआत करता हूं। जैसा कि मैं आपको बता दूं, आज के हमारे इस वेबिनार का विषय है, बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण विषय है, डीड ऑफ असाइनमेंट, स्टाम्प ड्यूटी, रजिस्ट्रेशन एंड एडॉप्शन ऑफ मॉडल बायला। इस विषय को जानकारी देंगे हमारे एडवोकेट नरेश भाई हैं और एडवोकेट अनीसा शास्त्री। एडवोकेट अनीसा शास्त्री जी जो पैनल एडवोकेट है महासेवा की, इस विषय पर प्रेजेंटेशन रखेगी। तो अनीसा शास्त्री जी का स्वागत करता हूं मैं अपनी इसी लाइन के साथ कि पसीने की स्याही से लिखे पन्ने कभी कोरे नहीं होते। पसीने की स्याही से लिखे पन्ने कभी कोरे नहीं होते, और जो करते हैं मेहनत उनके सपने कभी अधूरे नहीं होते। इसी लाइन के साथ में अनीसा जी आपका स्वागत है।
Thank you so much, Sunil Sharma sir. First of all, good evening all. आज जो लेक्चर है, जो प्रेजेंटेशन हम बोल सकते हैं, the topic is deed of assignment, stamp duty and adoption of bylaws. First, we are going for the deed of assignment. आपको जैसे वर्ड से पता चला, deed of assignment means nothing but a conveyance deed. सिंपल में आप बोले जाए तो एक conveyance deed जो होता है, सेम एज कोई जो प्रॉपर्टीज रहती हैं, जो लीज होल्ड प्रॉपर्टीज रहती हैं, उसको आपको ओनरशिप नहीं मिलता, उसके बदले आपको लीज ही मिलता है। आपको लीज के बदले लीज ही मिलेगा, वही होता है। तो उस डॉक्यूमेंट को हम डीड ऑफ असाइनमेंट बोलते हैं। इफ इट इज अ फ्री होल्ड प्रॉपर्टी, देन वी कैन गो फॉर द कन्वेंस डीड और सेल डीड। बट वेयर द प्रॉपर्टी इज लीज होल्ड लैंड, where the owner is not ready to provide, if the owner is not provided is a leasehold right, then you will get a deed of assignment. Basically deed of assignment क्या होता है, ये पोस्ट की कॉन्सेप्ट होता है प्लॉट ओनर सोसाइटीज के बीच में। इफ सपोज सोसाइटी इज द ओनर ऑफ द प्लॉट्स, वेरियस प्लॉट्स, तो वो सोसाइटीज हर मेंबर्स को लीज देती है वेरियस प्लॉट्स का। प्लॉट्स ओनर सोसाइटी जो होता है वो ओनर्स रहती है सोसाइटी लीज होल्ड राइट्स देती है वेरियस असाइनर्स को या मेंबर्स को। देयर आर डिफरेंट प्लॉट्स बीन अलॉटेड, जैसे 300 स्क्वायर फीट का रहेगा, 500 स्क्वायर फीट का रहेगा, वो अलग अलग मेंबर्स को अलॉटेड रहते हैं। दैट इज अ डीड ऑफ असाइनमेंट। इट इज अ ट्रिपलेट एग्रीमेंट। जो आज हम बात कर रहे हैं वो उस टॉपिक पे रहेगा। डीड ऑफ असाइनमेंट इज नथिंग एज गुड एज कन्वेंस ओनली, बट फॉर अ लीज होल्ड प्रॉपर्टी डीड ऑफ असाइनमेंट इज अ वर्ड दैट यू हैव टू डू अ डॉक्यूमेंटेशन रहेगा, वो हम डीड ऑफ असाइनमेंट बोलेंगे, कन्वेंस डीड नहीं बोलेंगे, बिकॉज इट्स अ लीज होल्ड प्रॉपर्टी। नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द डीड ऑफ असाइनमेंट। बेसिकली इट्स अ 3 पार्टी एग्रीमेंट रहता है। इफ देयर इज अ ओनर, इफ यू वांट टू डू अ डीड ऑफ असाइनमेंट, you there should be a requirement of the NOC or the signature of the original landowner also. So basically it's a 3-party agreement. A signer, who is the owner, who you can see who is the lessor of the present plot or a building, plot along with the building structure. अगर प्लॉट के साथ वहाँ पे स्ट्रक्चर है, वो दोनों उसी का ओनरशिप में रहेगी। So that person is called an assigner. Then there will be the assignee who is purchasing. जैसे वेंडर रहता है, परचेसर रहता है, सेम एज असाइनर इज नथिंग बट अ वेंडर। Assignee is a purchaser who is interested to purchase such leasehold land along with the structure from the vendor. And third will be the confirming party, will be the society or the owner of the land, whole land. These are the 3-party agreement. Basically, it's a 3-party. Deed of assignment consists of 3-party agreement: assigner, assignee, and the confirming party who is the landowner, who is having the ownership of the whole land. Then the next one will be after the 3-party agreement, then comes the recital part. In the recital part, first the details of the owner. The owner means a society, who is the owner of the whole land, along with that plot, who is the owner. Basically, the ownership is belong to the society, and you have to mention a detail of the confirming party. That is the society, and when it was registered, when it was formed, under which provision it is formed. You have to give that detail. Then about the plot, who is the owner, assigner, who has given, who is assigning the plot to other along with the structure to the other person. You have to give a detail of the property, that which plot number, CTS number, village. Deed of assignment कुछ नहीं होता, but 3-party agreement होता है. Assigner, You can say either you can assign as nothing but a vendor or the owner. Vendor per transfer आप जो भी नाम बोलिए वो assigner रहता है. Then an who is want to purchase that land along with the structure. Then there will be a confirming party, means who is the owner, basically owner of the whole plot. Then comes a recital part. हमारे previous seminars में भी हमने बताया है कि हर agreement divide होता है 2 parts में, recital and operative parts में. First is a recital part, जहाँ पे हम flow of history बताएंगे कि कैसा वो कौन owner है, कहाँ से उन्हें ownership मिला है. So that's recital is mentioned in the recital. So first we have to mention about the detail of the society. That is a confirming party who is the owner of the whole land. जो land, we have to mention the name of the society along with the plot details. Then comes a second thing, assigners के पास उनके rights कहाँ से आए regarding the ownership of the assigner, that by a deed of conveyance or by a deed of indentures, that detail chain of documents have to be mentioned. That first A ने B से खरीदा, फिर B ने C को, that chain has to be mentioned. Along with the, if the document is registered, you have to mention the registration number. Every chain document has to be mentioned in the recital. From where the assigner got the assignee rights of the land along with the structure. Once the detail has been mentioned, then you have to mention that the assignee is a member. Okay, अगर आपके पास आप main society है, definitely he will be the member. You have to mention the details of the membership of the assigner, how much shares he is holding in the society, and details of the share certificate number. Everything has to be mentioned. You have to mention that you have taken no objection from the confirming party, that is the owner, who is the actual owner of the whole land. So you have to mention that yes, NOC has been taken accordingly. The confirming party has become the is ready to execute such agreement. All the formality assigner has completed. There is no dues. Nothing has been pending. The assigner has full rights in this land along with the structure. If there is a structure also, both. If it's only a land, then a land. Depend upon what kind of documents you are preparing. So if it's land along with the building, then yes, we have to mention that assigner has a full rights in the land along with the building, and he has a right to assign the said land along with the building to any third party. So you have to mention that also. And second will become assignee is agreed to take that. Assignee is agreed that he will be purchasing the same from the assigner. That has to be mentioned along with the consideration amount. Once the recital, this is the recital, then comes the operative part. In the operative part, again, the assigner have to mention about the total consideration. On what total consideration the assigner has agreed to assign the land along with the building to the assignee. This is a very important stage. You have to mention the correct amount along with the figure as well as the words. It has to be correctly. Then the manner of payment to be made. It is same like a sale deed or a conveyance deed, you can say. The drafting is the same, only the subject topic name is different, that is deed of assignment. Rest everything will be mostly a same thing, only thing is changed, it is a assignee and assigners. Because it's not a sale, it is not a freehold, or you are not getting any ownership, you are getting a lease. Whatever the lease term is there, you are getting that only. You are not getting any ownership of the land along with the building. The ownership is always belong to the, as I told you, now it's the operative part. You have to mention the total consideration amount. On what total consideration the assignee has agreed to transfer all the right title interest in a plot along with the building, or if there is only a land, then on what consideration he is ready to assign the same to the assignee, and on what basis the assignee will make the payment. The detail of the payment along with the bifurcation of the total, how he will make the payment has to be mentioned. Then comes the assignee has a clear title. He has to give an undertaking declaration that yes, I have a clear, I am the only assigner. I have a right to assign the property to any third party. Then he has to give an undertaking or declaration that I have paid all the dues, all the rent that I will be liable for me to make a payment to the society or to the owner, you can say, or to the municipal corporation. I have paid all the payment, and till I give the possession, I will make the payment, and after that, the assignee will be responsible. This has to be mentioned in the deed of assignment. On what then again the declaration will be given by the assigner that I am, along with all that, I am the owner. I am the have a full right to further transfer the assignee. I have again you have to give a declaration that yes, I have not given any, I have not executed any documents with any third party in respect of the land and building. Then there is no court matters pending. There is no mortgage with any of the bank or any financial institute. This has to be given in the declaration by the assigner. Then that there is no court matter. It is free from all interferences. That has to be given by the assigner. So this is a declaration being given by the assigner to the assignee, and all the assigner has made the payment to the society. That declaration has to be given. Then the assignee will give the declaration that yes, once I get the possession, I will make a payment to the society as per the bill raised by the society and to the municipal corporation. Follow the rules and regulation of the society or the owners, who is the owner of the land. Then I will not do any. I will not keep any goods or that which is commonwealth. I will not do anything which is against the bylaws of the society. That undertaking has to be given by the. That I will make a payment to the society as per the bill raised. That declaration will be given by the assignee. Then the assigner will give the declaration that as and when the assignee will approach the assigner for signing of any documents for the transfer of the land and building or structure in the favor of assignee, he will execute all the documents. That declaration will be given by the assigner. That as and when the assigner will approach the assignee, as and when assignee will approach the assigner to sign any documents, he will cooperate with the assignee and make sure that the land and building is transferred in the favor of the assignee. He will also execute all the transfer forms which are required to transfer the flat, to transfer the land and building in favor of the assignee in a society record. He has to give a declaration that yes, I will execute all the documents. Then the details, if there is then the arbitration, if there is any, assignee will also give the indemnity, that whatever indemnity to the assignee, that whatever being stated, whatever is being is free from all hindrances and it's clear, and whatever bit statement is given, it's correct, and there is no defect in the title, or the title is clear. He has a full right to assign it. He has to give an indemnity. The indemnity clause is also to be mentioned in the deed of assignment. When the property is free for all incumbency, he has a full right in the full rights, title, and interest in the property. Thus, indemnity has to be taken by the assignee. Thus, one of the para has to be mentioned regarding indemnity in the deed of assignment. This deed of assignment, as I told you earlier, also is seen as a sale deed only. The basic clauses are the same. Only difference is the name, the document name. That is a deed. It is called deed of assignment. The clauses which are regularly mentioned in the conveyance deed, the same clauses have been mentioned in the deed of assignment also. The only difference is you will get only a leasehold right. You will not get ownership right. That's it. And the stamp duty is also the same. It's a 5% of the market value. The 5% of the market value, and the registration fees is also 1% of the market value, or a 30,000. 30,000 is the maximum limit of the registration fees I'm talking about. I think I've covered all the clauses that are included in deed of assignment. Now we are going for the next topic. That is adoption of bylaws. That has to be followed by each and every society. Now many of the societies ask frequently question to us that we have not received any order from the deputy registrar. So why it's necessary to adopt the bylaws? Now if there is a changes in the act prevails, then act is the upper hand than the bylaws. So you have to adopt the bylaws. If there isn't changes in the act, there is a changes in the bylaws. So you have no other option but to adopt the bylaws. But how to adopt the bylaws? There are some requirements. Before you will say we have adopted the bylaws. That doesn't mean just to pass a resolution in the society. That means you have adopted the bylaws. No, you have to call a general body meeting. You have to submit the documents to the deputy registrar. And once the deputy registrar stamp and provide you the documentation, signature documentation of the bylaw, that from that day onwards, you can see that yes, we have adopted the bylaws. Now, what are the requirements that has to be submitted to the deputy registrar for the adoption of bylaws? Are first, application for the adoption of new bylaws. Then enclosures from 1 to 6. Then 4 copies of modern bylaws, that whatever the bylaws, 4 copies, present new bylaws, 4 copies. Then existing bylaws, you have to submit the existing bylaws also. Or if suppose many of the society doesn't have the existing bylaws approved by the deputy registrar, then you have to give an affidavit stating that it is being lost or whatever. What is the where it is lost, misplaced, whatever, you have to give an affidavit in 100 rupees stamp paper, which should be duly notarized. Then you have to also submit mandatory returns for last 3 years. Then audit report of the society for last 3 years. Then minutes of the managing committee for the adoption of new bylaws. Then notice of the members of the annual general body meeting or special general body meeting, where you have taken a decision to adopt for the new bylaws. Then a resolution for the adoption of new bylaws passed in the annual general body meeting or special. Basically, special general body meeting, you have to call for the adopting a bylaws. You have to call a special general body meeting by giving 14 days clear notice. Then attendance sheet has to be given. Then list of bona fide members have to be given. List of members, in simple we can say list of members has to be given. These are the list of documents that are required to be submitted to the deputy registrar for the adoption of bylaws. Without this, the deputy registrar cannot approve the bylaws and give you the signature copies. Now, what are the applications? There are certain forms, that is Annexure A, that you have to make an application to the deputy registrar. Now, what is the application states? The application is to be given in the society letterhead from a society to a deputy registrar of their respective ward, where it has been disclosed, where it has been mentioned about the general, about the meeting between called by the society, where they have passed a resolution that has mentioned. Then you have submitting a 4 bylaws copy that is mentioned, and the detail of chairman, secretary, and a committee members. That detail has been mentioned. This annexure is called Annexure A, which has to be given in a society letter, and you have to affirm 50 rupees court fees on this. And another is, along with the application, you have to submit enclosures, that is enclosure 1, again in a society letterhead. Everything has to be given in a society letterhead, where you have to affirm the society stamps on it. Again, the same thing has been mentioned. You have to call a general body meeting. You have passed a resolution. The same thing has been mentioned in annexures. Then notice has been given as per the bylaws has been declared. Date, hour, place, everything is meant. The enclosure 1 is nothing but it's the stating given by the society that they have called a general body meeting. The notice has been given to the members as per the bylaws. Then date, time has been given. Original copy of the notice and agenda are recorded. Everything has, nothing has been mentioned in the annexure. It's the enclosure 1, and you have to sign it. Then enclosure 2. Enclosure 2 is stating that enclosure 2 is nothing but where it is mentioned about total numbers of members present on the general body meeting. Then number of members present in the general body meeting, number of members required to constitute a quorum. This has to be mentioned. Then strict proceeding of amendment or general body. You have to mention the date of the general body meeting. Everything has to, again I'm telling, everything is in the society letterhead. Here also you have to give a society round seal and a stamp. This form consists of, it is just mentioned that you are adopting a new bylaws by a resolution. You have resolved, that is original bylaws is 1 to 175. The new resolved amended is resolved that bylaw number 1 to 5 is revised set of a bylaw. There's nothing it is mentioned. Everything is mentioned in the enclosures. The society has to just type in a society letterhead, take a signature of the managing committee, put the society stamp, and submit it to the deputy registrar, along with the document that have been discussed, that is 3 years of audit report, 3 years of mandatory returns that you have filed, along with a notice of the managing committee, where the managing committee have given the authority, where the authority has been given to them, where they have decided, yes, we will submit it proposal to the deputy registrar. Special general body meeting notice, where 14 days clear notice has to be given, along with the minutes copy. All this document has to be submitted to the deputy registrar. Then is enclosure 3, again in a society letterhead. Again, it's the same thing. It's mentioned number of bylaws, wordings of the existing bylaws. This have to be given in a society letterhead. Then is annexure 4. Annexure 4 also deals with the same thing, that you have called a general body meeting and you have decided to adopt the new bylaws, amended bylaws, which is previously was 1 to 175. Appendix 1 to 28 to the bylaws. Now you have adopted the amended one, that is as per the copy of the revised set of bylaws. The same thing is mentioned in your annex. That has to be signed by against chairman, secretary, managing committee along with the society and round stamp. That is round stamp is a very important thing to be annexed in this adoption of bylaws. Then annexure 4 again 4 said that you are submitting 4 copies of bylaws. You have passed in the general body meeting. You have taken the decision of adopting the new bylaws in a general body meeting. Same thing. Annexure 4 is also the same thing. The society has to give it in the society letter, and society has to stamp and sign it. The managing committee have to sign it. Once you submit this document along with the annexure 5 is talking about the details of the society, that name of the society, address, registration number, then authorized share capital of the society, area of the operation, date of last audit, when you have done your last audit classification, rate of interest on borrowing, if you have any borrowing, then what are the rate of interest on lending, that is if you have any lending, that is deposit, loan from general bank, share subscription, everything has to be mentioned. Then there is one balance sheet you can see, you have to submit there, what is the paid up capital, reserve fund, other fund, everything has to be mentioned. This is mentioned in the enclosure 5. Again, this has to be taken in your society letterhead. Society seal has to be annexed in the letter. All this document has to be submitted to the deputed registrar. Deputed registrar will scrutinize the same and adopt your bylaws and provide you the stamped copy. Now, very important thing, the resolution which is in passed, it is valid for only 2 months. If the 2 months has been completed and you submit the proposal after 2 months of passing a resolution, then the application will be rejected. Very important for the society to submit the proposal within the time limit. If you fail to submit the same within the time limit of 2 months, then your whole proposal will be rejected, and you have to again call a general body meeting or special general body meeting, pass the resolution, submit the copy to the deputy registrar, and then the deputy registrar, after verifying the documents, will will agree with the adoption of bylaws and sign and provide you the document. In the whole process for adoption of bylaws, the society has to be very sharp that the proposal is submitted within 2 months of passing a resolution. If the society fails and they submit the resolution after 2 months, again I'm stating the proposal will be rejected by the deputy registrar. The society has to again follow the process from starting and then submit the same to the deputy registrar.